Hello everyone and welcome back to Technically Unsure, where I'm not really sure what I'm doing technically.
What do you mean technically?
So it's been a while since I've done SBC review. We've been doing a lot of different videos, even reverse engineering, UEFI and all that stuff. I'm going to go back and do one SBC review. So this SBC review, it's going to be again RK3588, not S. RK3588 based SBC. It is very powerful from what I see on the paper. Let me show you actually. So this is the board that we are going to review in this video. As you can see, it is equipped with an RK3588, no S in here. This one comes with 8 cores, basically 4 A76 and 4 A55 cores. It comes with an ARM Mali G610. It supports vast variety, OpenGL, OpenCL, and Vulkan. The NPU tops at 6 tops NPU. This one comes with LPDDR5 RAM, unlike the previous versions of Orange Pi. This one comes with also 2 USB 3 and 2 USB 2 ports. And the important thing is it comes with 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. So the Ethernet is 2.5 gigabit, and there is also 2 HDMI ports, and they are HDMI 2.1, and they support up to 8K 60 FPS. That's what they're claiming. And this one is USB-C used for powering the board. Also, it comes with Wi-Fi built in. As you can see, it comes with this, and an antenna was installed. I didn't install it. And it comes with the Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. This is the Wi-Fi module that you see over here. That's the Wi-Fi module. And right next to it is the antenna. Okay. And there is the GPIO, the 40-pin GPIO. And yeah, that does have some color coding, just like Raxa boards. This is the boot button over here. There is a fan connector over here. And this one is a RTC battery connector. So this is the RAM that I just mentioned. This should be LPDDR5 RAM. There is also PCIe expansion over here, but it comes with its own proprietary connection header. I didn't buy it, I don't know about it, but it should be there. This is MIPI LCD interface right over here. There is also camera connector, again, proprietary to OrangePi, and you know, you should get the cables or whatever from them. As you see here, it says also OrangePi 5 Max V1.1. And that's kind of pretty much it on the board. On the back, we have M.2 PCIe 3.0 4X lane, okay, over here. There's another camera connector over here. This is a codec for ES8388. There is another SPI or a NOR flash over here, 16 megabyte. And there is PMU over here. This is the power distribution. And this is also bracket for mounting. And this one is micro SD card slot. And this one, as you can see here, is the eMMC slot. So you can install an eMMC over here and have more storage, basically. That's pretty much it. OrangePi 5 Max 16G. So I bought the 16 gigabyte version. So this bad boy on Amazon is listed $145, but on AliExpress is $125. I'm gonna go with the AliExpress. That's what I bought. I bought $125. So this is a $125 computer, a little bit more expensive than the Raspberry Pi 5. But it can perform more and better, faster. And you don't need to buy also an NVMe SSD hat because it comes with it. The difference between OrangePi 5 Pro and OrangePi 5 Max, which is this, is basically this one is RK3588 and the Pro is 88S. The Pro one comes with LPDDR4 RAM. This one comes with LPDDR5 RAM, faster RAM on this bad boy. And the Pro comes with a gigabit Ethernet, and this one comes with 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. And the Pro one comes with Wi-Fi 5 and Bluetooth 5. This one comes with Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3. Okay, and there are a vast variety of operating systems they offer for this, including Android. I'm going to take a look at Ubuntu and Linux based ones, and maybe even have some time for the Android, we'll see. But I'm going to try the Ubuntu one first. In order to cool it, I did something funny. I saw this on AliExpress, to be honest. I mean, it's chunky, and you know, inside I see stuff in there. It's not the official, but it's already, you know, it's copper and it's cool just to the touch. It's copper, so I just and there's this. It came with it. Literally, it came like this. This was taped to this. This is how it arrived. I know it's not official, but I think it will get the job done. And yeah, so we are going to be using this. I am going to install the mounts and then install this on top of it. And I will put some thermal paste on this, not pad. I will put a paste on it and then put this. Basically, it has to cool these two. So this and this. So this one is for this one, so something like that. There you go. So this stays in between the GPIO pins. And then we plug this in there. Let me wire it all up and put the cooler in there, and then we take it from there. I will be right back. Okay, so we are back, and I am going to power it on. Okay, you will see also the power consumption over here. 3 watts. Let's see if anything comes up on the screen. The fan is spinning and it's cool. Okay, there you go. We're seeing OrangePi logo. So from what I saw in the documentation, user and password is OrangePi, I think. So hopefully that will work. And this is an XFCE desktop environment, just so you know. Wow, that was fast. That was snappy. Okay, so let's go to terminal. And first things first, neofetch. There you go, Ubuntu 22, kernel 6.1, not the usual 5.10 that you see on the SBCs. This is 6.1, and this is the XFCE. Resolution is 1080p, and the CPU speed, and you see all that other information over there. Okay, so time for some benchmark, as we usually do in this channel. So let me clear up and let's go to root shell. Okay, first things is the Wi-Fi speed. Sorry, the Ethernet speed. Okay, it is a little bit slower than a 2.35 that we usually see in 2.5 gigabit Ethernet networks. Okay, acceptable, not ideal. It should be a little bit higher, For 2.5 gigabit, I was expecting a little bit more. Still, it's okay. It's in the range. It's okay, but I have seen SBCs with true 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. You should see 2.35 on both, okay? Doesn't matter. It's good. So let's do a very quick sysbench and CPU run. And the power consumption goes up to 7 watts. Keep an eye on it. And let's see. Remember, in the sysbench, we get 10,500-ish in Raspberry Pi 5. And here we are getting 14,000. That number, I'm so used to the 14,000. You see that 14,000 in all RK3588 based SBCs. And if we do a stress NG, in this test, and the power consumption goes up to 9 watts, let's say, and can also consider the fan. And you will see that I think it is going to come back with 1200-ish. And in this test, Raspberry Pi 5 scores 876, something like that. So 870, 900 in Raspberry Pi 5. This, I think, will score something around 1200. Let's see. Okay, test is done. Yep, exactly as I said, 1200. I'm used to that number. And if we open up another window and run a program, which is psensor. Okay, I just want to keep an eye on it. I believe this, the thing is doing its job, and it's doing great. Always on top. Okay, so I just want to keep an eye on it. Okay, let's do one more test, just to take a look at the temperatures. Yep, runs cool as a cucumber. Okay, 32, 34. Yeah, this thing is great. It's actually keeping it very, very cool. And I used the thermal paste. For the RAM part, I used the thermal pad because the thickness wasn't equal. Okay, so we did this test. We did the iPerf. okay, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually, first, before, let me just try the browser they ship it with. Let me see what they ship in it with. Chromium. Okay, let's try the Chromium. And I am going to go to YouTube. We are playing a 4K video, and it is absolutely not dropping any frames whatsoever. It's awesome and it's great for a change. It's playing a 4K video, 60 FPS with 0 frames getting dropped. That's the type of SBC I want to see. And you see temperatures, it's cool as a cucumber with this heatsink that I just bought off Amazon. I'm sure their official one will also work fine. So you have it here, 4K video, absolutely no trouble whatsoever. And another thing that I want to do is glmark. Okay, let's wait for this test to finish. Okay, so I'm going to be honest, it is very impressive SBC. I'm getting glmark 2 ES2 score 681, and it never went up 5 watts, and the CPU temperatures and all that never went up above any 27,830. GPU score, CPU score, they are all been great. And lots of these tools, by the way, it's the first time I'm seeing the vendor, I mean the Orangepi, they installed it in the OS image they are providing, which was nice. Almost none of the things that I ran so far, I installed it. It came with it. What I want to do next is actually I'm going to install a 4 terabyte 99 Pro NVMe SSD into this. So I'm going to shut it down and install this, and let's see how fast it is.
1 hour later.
I installed the 4 terabyte. Let's boot and do some speed test. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it is detected. Yep, it is detected. It is right here. And if I do an lspci-vv, we are going to see this is the Ethernet. This is the Rockchip. This is the Samsung one, and it's right here. There you go. Okay, so it is, yeah, here you go. Speed is here. Okay, so let's try it. Let's see what is the speed. HD arm direct NVMe 0. Wow. Okay, that is very, very impressive. That is super fast. That's faster than Raspberry Pi 5 speeds I was getting. So far, the CPU is faster than Raspberry Pi 5. GPU is faster than Raspberry Pi 5. Does have 2 HDMI ports, 8K 60 FPS supported. It's also faster in the PCIe NVMe SSD test. So all that being said, I really like this board. I was not expecting this much performance, to be honest. It's impressing me, and the power consumption is very, very fair. So another thing I want to see is the documentation. That was bothering me with a lot of other vendors. So I'm going to find the page, GPIO page, and I'm going to test if the GPIO pins and all that stuff works. Give me a couple of minutes.
1 hour later.
Okay, so as you can see in here, okay, there is the manual documentation over here. It shows the GPIO pins, and they have a command, GPIO read all, and it will show you all the pins and their GPIO number in sysfs, okay? So you have actually something that works. Their documentation is hundreds and hundreds of pages. I'm very impressed. I really didn't know that they're doing this great of a job in documenting and their boards. I had some fun with OrangePi boards, but this is impressing me, to be honest. Yeah, this is one of them. There is also the documentation page on OrangePi Max. 5 Max, you will see that on their own web page. Okay, in here they have the mapping for all the ports, all the GPIO pins, okay? So you know the functionalities and all that stuff. You have the user manual, which is hundreds of pages. This is the page 225. And if you run the GPIO read all command, you will be able to see this over here. So you will be able to basically turn things on and off. So I'm going to test that. Give me a couple of minutes. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to use this ground pin that you see on the screen, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth pin, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's here, fifth pin, okay? So that's going to be our ground pin. And for the GPIO pin that we're going to play around, let's choose the one right next to it. It is the GPIO one in here, and it is in the documentation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one, RxD6. So it's going to be GPIO pin 32, okay? Let me put this in the next one, okay? And let's turn it on, that would help. Okay, so we are at 0 watts. So if I do echo, what was the port? It's here, ground and next 32. Echo 32 to sys class GPIO this direction, okay? Echo out to sys class GPIO GPIO 32 direction. And for the value, we have to do 1. Okay, let's get ready. There you go. And if we do a 0, there you go. Okay, so it is very impressive. So far, everything I tried worked perfectly. I have no complications, no issues, and it is performing much better than what I was expecting. And there is a lot of documentation on how you can use the CAN protocol and many other things in there. So you just have to basically, in the documentation in here, it explains that how you can use wiring OP and how you can use other libraries and its own configuration tool to enable and disable features on each GPIO pin. So they have their own tool and very, very well documented documentation for everything, which is what I really want to see on every single SBC, but unfortunately it's not given. So you have to buy, test, see, and then understand if it is there or not. So this one is, and it is very, very nice and very well documented. As you can see, it's called OrangePi config. So you run OrangePi config, there you go. So in this application, you will be able to basically configure GPIO pins and enable maybe CAN or I2C or other things on certain ports, and yeah, play around those things in system settings and all that stuff, which is awesome. So yeah, you will be able to play around it with all these modules, okay? You can overclock as well, that's nice. So that, okay. Okay. Boot environment, CPU, hardware. Yeah, here you go. So you can enable CAN, I2C, and cameras, the camera ports that I was showing you under this heatsink and all that stuff. You can enable SPI, UART, you can enable, disable, and set those things right over here. And the documentation is very, very comprehensive, and it covers everything. So big thumbs up to OrangePi 5 on that. The other thing I want to try is just, I want to see if any other operating system works on this and how it performs. So give me a couple of minutes, I will be right back. Okay, this board is really, really impressing me. The documentation and how everything worked out of box is really, really nice. I just followed the SD card Android image flashing guide, and I did that and I booted, and everything out of box is working. They even have the Play Store on their Android. Chrome is already there, and you know, everything is working. If you go to YouTube, okay, so if we go to the settings, let's go to settings, the Ethernet, Wi-Fi is not there, so it's using the Ethernet. but is it working? Let's see. Yeah, Ethernet is working. Okay, so if Ethernet is working, let's update the apps maybe. Okay, it requires sign in. Okay, so let me try again. Yeah, it's not going to let us. Okay, so now we are in, and if we do 4K LG demo video, so yeah, everything is working on this as well. So if we go here and choose the settings and do a 4K, so we are now in the 4K resolution. Okay. Yep, it is playing very smoothly. As you can see, it's not dropping any frames. Very smoothly is playing 4K video. So Android out of box came with everything working on it. And as you can see, it is playing videos with no trouble. 5 watts, by the way. And if we keep going around, wiring OP is also here in their Android. You can do all those tests in there with their app. Google Play Store is there, and Chrome is there, and YouTube is there. Everything out of box. I just followed their guide and got everything to work. So big thumbs up from me. I was not really expecting this much performance from the sport. As I said, this has really impressed me. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions regarding the sport. But this turned into instant favorite of mine for RK3588 boards. I was absolutely, I have nothing negative to say about it. Everything worked on it, and yeah, this is with the documentation that is just perfect. So I have nothing to complain about. So yeah, please let me know what you think about this. If you have any questions, let me know down below. For $125, I think this is a very fair deal. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.